This is your sign to move to your dream city. And if you haven't gotten enough signs yet from the universe, then let this be your final sign. Put it into effect. I don't care how much money, time, and resources it's going to take. I want you to be able to achieve that goal of yours. And the reason why I am so a strong advocate for this is because I really feel like we are all a product of our environment, right? We are all essentially at our core made up of the people that we grew up with in our surroundings and the city that we even grew up in. Honestly, it's hard to believe, it's true. If you meet someone who is born in Miami versus you meet someone who's born in Ohio, these people are going to be completely different. And obviously because their families might be different, but let's say even if you were to place the exact same families, the exact same setup, and they were just grown up in different cities, the type of people that you're going to encounter is different because their upbringings matter, because the place that you live in matters a lot. And the reason why I'm saying this is obviously if you want to move to your dream city, it's because you feel a pull. You feel something that's making you gravitate towards the specific city or country even that you want to go to, because you feel that it is vital for your growth to move there. You feel stuck where you are right now, you feel stagnant where you are, and that is because the place that you are in right now no longer serves you. It is no longer aligned with the version of yourself that you are becoming, the version of yourself that you are trying to achieve. And in order to get there, you have to place yourself in an environment that is truly aligned with who you are and who you are becoming and what it is that you want to achieve. If you have certain dreams in life that you want to achieve, you are not going to achieve them from your small little town, unfortunately. I hate to say it, right? I hate to break it to you. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. And honestly, I know there's a quote that many of us have probably heard, and I love this quote. Oh my god, no. I personally love this quote, and it is a quote. I'll put it up here, but it goes something along the lines of that comfort is the enemy of growth. And honestly, it is so true, because we choose comfort when we are in fear of something. We are fearful of changes. We are afraid that if we do this, it's the wrong move, and if we do that, it's the wrong move. And fear dictates our life because it tries to control us, and it tries to keep us safe, and it tries to keep us small. But I think that with that, you need to be able to channel that fear into good, into fuel. Channel that fear that you have of moving to a new city, no matter how scary it may seem, into fuel as to, okay, it's fearful. I'm fearful of this change. I'm fearful of moving away to a big city. I'm afraid, but how can I turn this fear into power? How can I use this fear to make sure that I have somewhat of a safety net when I move there, to make sure that I have somewhat of a good plan so that I can keep myself as safe as possible and as happy as possible. And in the beginning, when you move away to that dream city, it is going to feel hard. It is going to feel crazy. It is going to feel maybe scary, maybe even sad. You may even be sad, right? Even after you've accomplished moving to this big city of yours, or this dream city of yours, or this dream country, you may still feel alone. You may still feel like maybe it's wrong, maybe it wasn't the right thing to do. But I think in all honesty, at the end of the day, is that you still did it, and you should still be proud of yourself. And now obviously, in order to get there, and okay, you still did it, and that is the most important thing at the end of the day. Whether it was even the wrong city for you, you'll never know unless you move there. And with that, in order to start prepping to move to your dream city, I truly believe, oh my god, I'm the lighting keeps moving, and I'm gonna kill myself because I want good lighting and the sun keeps moving. What the fuck? And obviously, to move to this city of yours, you are obviously, while I wish hopes and dreams could carry us so far, which they obviously do, but in logistical planning, if you have $0 in your bank account, then maybe moving to your dream city may feel like impossible, right? And there are some logistics that do need to be planned when you are moving from a small town. When you are moving away from a small town where the costs of living is lower, or where you're moving, when you're moving away from your parents and stuff like that, there are certain things that you do have to take into account. And so before committing to moving to your dream like city, I advise that you plan like a small trip there. Maybe plan like a week trip, whether it's by yourself, whether it's with a friend or family. Plan a 1-week trip there. And while I know the title of my video is Move to Your Dream City No Matter What, I still wanted to include tips and tricks in here that are still going to allow you and let you move to your dream city with the least amount of adversary with the least amount of adversary, with the least amount of challenges along the way. One of them being that you need to, before you move to that dream city of yours, you need to first travel there. And I'm so big on this because it's like, what a city may look like, what a town or a country may look like on screen, on Instagram, on TikTok, in movies, may actually be completely different than when you go there, right? Like a good example is New York City. New York City is glamorized in so many different movies, right? It's glamorized in like so many different movies. I can't remember at the top of my head, but I'll like put here, like, and in all of these movies, like New York City is not, they usually don't show the bad parts of New York City, how the subway freaking stinks, how there's a lot of homeless people everywhere, how a lot of people are actually aggressive, and how New York City, it can swallow you alive if you are not ready for that type of energy, and if you are not a big city type of person, right? And of course, like, it's easy to say, well, I am this type of person, I know myself. And of course, if you know yourself in your heart and your biggest dreams, then of course still go for it, but still go with caution. And it does not hurt to take one mini trip, and even if it's like a weekend, it doesn't even have to be like a week, because a week can be expensive and that's money you could be putting towards your move. Make it like even a weekend, and you just go and explore. You go like look around at where you would be potentially be living, even look into some apartments you can maybe just briefly tour, so you can get an idea of what area you would like to live in of that specific city and what's going to actually work for you financially. Which brings me on to my next point. In situations where we need to achieve our dreams, where where achieving our dreams is inevitable, we sometimes have to make decisions in which we are not at the highest level of comfort yet. Point in case being, let's say you want to move to a city where there is, the cost of living is higher, and obviously even if the cost of living is not super high, you are now in maybe somewhat of a financial predicament because you are spending a lot of money on this move, because you are spending a lot of money getting all of your shit together, which is completely fine. Money will come back. Money always comes back to you, and you are rich, period. But at the end of the day, some options that you can potentially look into is like moving in with a roommate, staying in an Airbnb, staying in a hotel. You know, you don't have to commit to something long term when you first move to a city, which I think is a common misconception, because with that is, yes, you will figure it out no matter what. When you move there, you will figure it out. You will get your money up, and opportunities will present itself after you've put yourself in an environment that allows you to grow. But at the same time, you need to also be willing to be able to be in certain circumstances in which you will be able to survive longer in order, so before you reach the thriving point of your existence, right? So like whether that's like living with a roommate, or that's finding like a short stay solution just to make it work, it can't work. And like a good example is this. I see this all over TikTok, all honestly. Like a lot of people like moved away from home, they drove 16 hours to their like dream city all the way on the other side of the United States of America, and like they did it with like $500. They did it with all their belongings in the car. And while I know a lot of the time we hear celebrities say like, oh my god, like I went to New York City, or I went here and I started from zero, sometimes it's harder to resonate with them just because, like, you know, they're celebrities, they're rich now, so it's like, yeah, you guys had struggles and stuff, but you still came up. In fact, you didn't just come up, you are the definition of up. Like, girl, look at you, right? But when you're looking at like TikTok and like Instagram, like there's more. Let's go. Let's go. No. Layla, no. Layla, te vas a ir a tu casa. Let's go. Let's go. Good girl, Layla. Aww. Help, what is that? But honestly, so with that being said, try to devour as much information you can about people who have done something similar to what you're trying to achieve. The internet has an influx of information like we've never seen before. It is so easy to find people who are living the life that you want to, or who are attempting the things that you are too scared to do. And it will give you hope to see other people who are doing the same. It will give you hope to read TikTok comments saying they moved from here to here with only this amount of money and they still made it work, and now they're flourishing, and now they blossomed, and now they're making good money, and now they're living the life they've always dreamed of. So that would be like honestly my second tip to you, besides the short, like looking into Short Stay and stuff like that. Second thing would be honestly like just finding inspiration and devouring as much information you can on the internet as to how to make your life work, and to give you inspiration and hope that it really is possible despite of your financial situation, despite no matter what may be going on right now, right? And it's like obviously like the state of the market and the state of everything everything can be really expensive, but at the same time it's also expensive to stay somewhere where you are not aligned with, and somewhere that is literally draining the life out of you and your dreams. Keep that in mind. It is expensive, it is hard to move to that dream city, to go to where you want to go, but it is also even more expensive at the cost of your future to stay put, to stay where you are right now, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, and all of the above. Like, and like next would be, and like my last and final tip for moving to your dream city no matter what, is explore the opportunities before you get there. Obviously when it comes to jobs and stuff like that, a lot of people want to interview you in person and stuff like that, but it does not hurt to start applying to places, because you'll never know at the interviews, you'll never know what opportunities you'll end up getting, right? Like let's say you apply to a job that you think that you are not qualified for, and they end up calling you for an interview on this specific day, right? And it's like maybe that one doesn't go well, but maybe another one does. So it does not hurt to start applying for these jobs, to start like putting your foot in the door for all of these different types of opportunities, because you'll never know what the universe will come up with for you, specifically for you. You are meant to live the life that you want. If not, it wouldn't have appeared in your mind. The reason that it appeared in your mind is because you are already living that life somewhere else, whether it be in your dreams, your daydreams, your head, or in another reality. Whatever it is that you believe in, that life is already yours. So it is up to you to go out there and claim it. It is up to you to move to that dream city, to make all your deepest, hugest dreams come true. So with that, this is just my inspiration and some tips to push you to move to your dream city no matter what, because you will be surprised at the amount of things that you can accomplish in such a short amount of time. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and as always, thank you for and as always, don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, at the end of this video I'm gonna put, hey, welcome back to Evolving with Mira. Welcome back to Evolving with Etheria. Today, we are diving into the topic of moving to your dream city no matter what.